now they've got touchscreen dragging projectors.
Yeah, it's called, I think they're called smart boards.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's great, but it doesn't teach them to be, independent and write. Like
chalkboard is.
Yeah, like they're sitting there, it's all written out for them by a computer, and they just do the work and pull it from back, to where it belongs, where, we used to have to write it out and practice writing.
Writing is a lost art form.
It's
People
sad.
don't know how to write anymore.
It's so sad, because you know what, like, even my kids nowadays aren't learning cursive writing. Like, why the hell not? My kid, if it wasn't for me, would probably never be able to sign a signature.
LOL.
Right?
What does LOL mean? LOL.
Like, honestly, the things that I think about, like, for my kids and their futures, it scares the shit out of me.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where I'm just, I don't know. It's making me uncomfortable.
They're the ones who be taking care of us when we get old, and we're going to be one in diapers.
Well, and that's the thing, right? Like, my kids are always, talking about what they want to do and be when they're older and all of that. And, I'm very encouraging with whatever it is that they choose. But I always say to them, I'm like, Mom's going to leave you, a business. And if you want it, you can keep it. If not, sell it. Right? And, like, the thing is that kids nowadays really aren't, I find that parents aren't talking to their kids enough about their futures.
There's no, in the town we call it volia. In English means will.
Okay.
Basically, there's no willpower. There's no more drive. Everything is expected to be given to you on a silver platter.
Yeah.
Nothing's no more is like, you got to earn it.
Well, and a lot of the times, that for whatever reason, because, a lot of the parents nowadays, it's very common. Like, for example, myself, I had my first child when I was like 15 years old. There's a lot of younger generation parents nowadays. And, to be honest, a lot of them aren't really planning the way, our parents would have planned for us, kind of thing, with the savings plans for school and, putting away for our future. It's not something that you see as much anymore, right? Like, to be honest, I got something for when I, was ready to go to school, but they gave it to me way too early, and I really was too immature to actually make use of it.
In my case, my parents couldn't.
Right.
And they said, you want to go to school? We want you to go to school, but you got to earn it.
Yeah.
So I worked, I worked 2 jobs, and I DJ'd.
Yeah.
And that's what paid for my schooling.
Yeah. Yeah. Mine actually, I never even got to use mine because I didn't go to school. To be honest, I didn't go through, college or university. I really didn't want to go that role. I was more of an entrepreneurial mindset kind of person, and mine, if you don't use it by 18, the government takes their portion back of it. And my grandparents had, I think it was only like $2,000. My grandparents were actually the ones who did it for me. And there was only, I think it was about $2,000 in there after the government took their portion back, right?
My grandparents, they don't speak English. They didn't speak English, so they had no idea. It was like, here's some money and go.
Yeah. The old school way of doing things.
Yeah. And my parents, even my mother, barely, still today, she barely speaks in English.
Really, eh?
So it's like...
Your background is what again?
I'm a mutt.
Oh.
So my mother is Italian, but was born in Budapest, Hungary.
Okay.
And my dad was French-Canadian.
Oh, cool.
He was born in Timmins, but raised in northern Ontario, like far, far middle of God's country. Right,
yeah. Actually, I love out the middle of nowhere, to be honest. I was very much a country girl when I was a kid.
That's where my dad was from, and so like I said, my mother, I don't even know how my mother and father even got together, because she didn't speak a word of English in the day. She still doesn't.
That's so funny.
I have no idea how they communicated.
And does your dad would your mom speak Italian?
My mother spoke Italian and Hungarian. My dad was French-Canadian, so he spoke French and English. Back in the day, hospitals had smoking rooms.
Okay.
So I don't know how, but I guess my grandmother was in the hospital on my dad's side, and my mother was there at the hospital somewhere. I don't know. So they met in the smoking room.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. That's cute.
But I still don't understand how they would understand each other, because my mother didn't speak a word of English. So I guess my father tried to pick this chick up. Hey, how you doing? Want a cigarette?
This pretty foreign lady.
Yeah, that's the only thing I could think of.
They always say a man's biggest dream is a woman who can't speak the same language.
Well, that's exactly what happened, because, like I said, even until today, she barely speaks any English.
She could be yelling at you and you wouldn't know. You're just like, yes, I love you too.
Yes. So I don't know how they communicated. And
that's adorable. That's actually a really cute story. It's one of those things that, you know, you hear those, you know, stories about people getting back together back in the day, and you think like, oh, it was so romantic back then. Nowadays, it's like, you want to watch Netflix?
Yeah, I want to Netflix and chill.
Yeah, it's great. Have you seen that new movie, Why Him? With James Franco?
Yes, I watched it actually a few days ago.
Oh my God, it's so funny.
You know, he's fabulous.
I love him. Pineapple Express was when I fell in love with him. And to be honest, he really is just a all-around hilarious person. And, you know, he can play so many different types of just kind of idiotic, self-humiliating kind of characters.
Him and Seth Rogen?
Seth Rogen, yeah.
Yeah, another.
And Danny McBride, too. He's awesome.
Yeah.
Honest to God, we were watching, what was that movie? The one where he's working at Western Union. Danny McBride plays the guy behind the counter, and he's in a wheelchair, and he comes out and kicks Buddy's butt in the...
No, that's not Clerks.
And I forget what it was. Due Date, I think? I think it was Due Date, with the other guy that's from, you know, Hangover, the guy with the beard.
Yes.
He was in it, too.
Fat Jesus.
Yeah, Fat Jesus. I love it. He's hilarious. Honest to God. I can't ever stop laughing.
Galpin, I guess, whatever it was.
Yeah, I don't remember his name, to be honest. I honestly, I couldn't tell you, but he's friggin' hilarious.
I always think, the Fat Jesus guy.
Fat Jesus guy, yeah. You know who else is really funny? One of my favorite movies is that Identity Theft with Melissa McCarthy.
Melissa McCarthy and Jason Bateman.
Oh my God, my fiance and I were watching, what's that other one that she was in with Sandra Bullock? Heat?
They're cops.
Yeah, Heat.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Like, I just love how, like, she...
have you seen, I think it's called Spy?
Yes, with that guy, she's his backup kind of camera guy.
Statements in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was hilarious, too. She always...
Yeah, she's very, very funny.
She just always plays that sarcastic asshole character.
Yeah.
And she does such a great job at it. Like, the one part where she's in the...
regular, you know, her.
Yeah. No, I know. It's totally her personality. Like that, what was that one movie, Heat, where she goes into her boss's office and Sandra Bullock's in there and she's looking around under everything and he's like, what is she looking for? And she's like, my balls. And you're like, nope, not under there. Nope, not there either. She goes, yells out into the conference room, has anybody seen a tiny pair of nuts? They're about this big. I was like, oh my God. Like, to be honest, like, every movie that I've watched with her, I watch more than once.
always watch it more than once. Definitely.
Too funny. Oh man, we're getting close to that time. I hate when we have to do this. Another thing I want to touch on real quick, because Kristen here is a part of it. It's coming up. When's the date again? February what?
Sunday, February 5th. It's going to be at the Riviera Banquet Hall.
Okay.
Riviera Park Event Center in Vaughan. It's the York Region Weddings and Events Expo. And basically anything to do with weddings or any event planning that's coming up. It's free admission. There's about 100 vendors. Everyone in the industry is going to be there. So if you're if you just got engaged, especially over Christmas, a lot of people got engaged. Congratulations.
Yeah.
And you can do your one-stop shop. You can get a venue. You can get a photographer, a videographer. You can get your cake, get your dress. You can get your invites. You can get your DJ. That's what you need. DJ Entertainment.
Love it.
One-stop shop. Basically, and everyone's going to be having show specials, so you're going to be saving a lot of money. It can be a lot of discounts.
Nice.
A couple things that we're going to be doing that's very unique that you do not get at any of the other bridal shows, including those massive ones at Devon, Toronto, and so forth. We're going to be doing an actual bouquet toss.
Oh, that's so cool.
So all the brides are going to be there. We're going to call them to the dance floor area, and we're going to do a bouquet toss.
That's so neat.
And one other thing that's going to be very unique that no one has done ever is we're going to be doing a first dance with dry ice. So we're going to pick a couple in the crowd. We're going to ask them what their first song is going to be, with their wedding coming up. We're going to play it, and they're going to get a practice dance.
That's amazing.
And I'm actually going to be doing the dry ice for their first dance there in front of everybody.
Oh, that's so cool. I love it. That's awesome. And you know what, guys? To be honest, we were speaking about this a little bit last show. Even if you aren't getting married, maybe you're an event planner, or, like you were saying last time, sweet 16 birthdays, things where you're going to want a little bit of a more mature, elegant feel. This is a really great place.
If you feel that you need a vendor at your event, this is where you're going to pick one.
Yeah.
You get to meet them. It's very intimate, so there's not 1,000 vendors. So you're going to get a chance to talk one-on-one with your vendor and ask questions and get comfortable with them and get a good repertoire with them.
Now, will there be things like, for, meals and stuff like that too, like food vendors and stuff?
Yeah, there's like the halls there as well. They're going to have a booth. So Riviera Park is going to have their booth as well.
Okay.
They're going to be going around with beverages and so forth throughout the day. There's going to be music playing all day, courtesy of Magic Moments DJ Entertainment.
Okay. And that is you. For anybody who's not familiar with that is his DJing company, and
yes, whoever has any questions, just check out magicmomentsdj.ca. Like I said, music played all day.
And you know what? That's going to be a really great way for you to connect with these people one-on-one. You'll get a very great.
If you guys are iffy on something, or you guys are on the fence of, I'm not sure who I'm going to pick for my dog fur, blah blah blah, it's your chance.
Absolutely. And you know what? You can get a whole bunch of different places all in one spot. It really saves the booking and traveling and tasting and, doing all of this extra looking, and it all kind of brought into one location for you.
Free.
Yeah. And most of these places aren't, a lot of the times, some of those wedding expos that I've attended anyway, they charge, $10 to $15 to get in through the door.
The one downtown, you're paying $20 to get in, plus $25 to $30 parking.
Yeah.
So this one is free parking, free admission, everything is free.
Yeah. And you know what?
Show up, and you get a chance to meet your potential vendors, book it, and
it's literally wedding networking done for you.
Exactly.
Which is awesome.
And this is just gonna surprise my co-host Sarah.
Oh.
But I think what I'm recommending is Sarah's actually gonna be coming to the show.
I am.
And you are, and you're going to be doing a Facebook Live show.
I am. That's awesome. And you know what? That'll really give anybody who can't make it. I think what I'll do is, kind of visit with each of the vendors and give them a little bit of a chance to talk about what they're providing.
So ladies and gentlemen, get this. We're going to have the spotlights live.
In the spotlight at the Wedding Expo.
At the Wedding Expo.
I love it. You know what? That's going to be a great segment, guys. Don't forget to tune into that.
Sorry, I didn't tell you beforehand, but surprise.
That's fine. I love surprises, especially when they're that juicy. To be honest, you know what? That'll be a really great event. I'm looking forward to it because I am engaged myself. So, it's definitely going to be something I'm actually using. And, there's going to be a ton of things I'm sure I come across.
It's so easy for Jessica. She already has her DJ partner.
Right. And you know what? It makes my life that much more simple. I don't have to search. You know what I mean? Because the DJ is huge. For me, entertaining.
If you're unsure of how I do things, you're going to get to experience it live.
Awesome.
My music is be playing all day.
That's awesome.
I'm on the microphone all day.
And so you're pretty much emceeing the whole event.
I am the official MC and DJ for the show.
Oh, that's so cool.
All day, I'm going to be on the microphone. I'm going to be walking around with the wireless microphone, talking to people, chit-chatting, basically shooting the shits.
Congratulations. That's huge. That is awesome.
We're going to have a bouquet toss for all the brides. We're going to have a first dance for a potential couple with the drives for the first dance. It's going to be a very interactive, very unique show. Not like if anyone who's gone to other vendor/bridal shows,
yeah.
This is not one of those. This is a very unique one. That I'm very proud to say this is mine.
I'm so looking forward to that. So what's the date again?
Sunday, February 5th, inside the Riviera Park Event Center. The show will be from 12 to 5.
Okay.
So guys, like I said, free admission, free parking. Just see you guys there.
Just show up and it's all done for you. I love it.
Everything for you.
And we'll be there live.
Guys, get ready to book your vendors because they're all going to be there.
That's
Any
awesome.
Questions, just ask them. They're all very fun and very, very helpful. I know a lot of them on a personal level. Like a lot of the vendors I work with in the past. So, guys, you have nothing to worry about. Don't be shy. No questions is a stupid question.
They're Christian recommended.
Definitely.
All right, guys. Well, you know what? We are actually just running out of time here. We've got about a minute left. So we're going to wrap up the show here tonight, but we've had a great show. Thank you again, Christian, for joining me. Always a blast.
My pleasure.
And you know what?
I appreciate you guys tuning in to the Spotlight with Sara J and Christian.